Hello, and welcome to African Women's Rugby Stories, your podcast that shares stories of women shaping rugby across the African continent. My name is Nekesa Were, and I'm your host. Today, I get to speak to Mary Otieno, a true trailblazer in Kenya women's rugby. She was one of the very first lionesses, part of the pioneering team that took Kenya women's rugby onto the international stage. She played for nearly 2 decades, captained the national team, and then stepped into coaching, leading the Impala women's rugby team to back-to-back national titles and becoming Kenya's first female world rugby coach, Educator. This year, she joined the Gallagher High Performance Academy in Poland and is now the coach of the women's team at Mwamba. Mary's journey is one of being fully herself, living in her authenticity, shattering ceilings as she zooms past. It's going to be a no-holds-barred conversation that you don't want to miss. So let's kick off. Hello and welcome to African Women's Rugby Stories. I'm your host, Nekesa Were, and today I'm so excited to have someone on the podcast who is the true definition of a Kenya rugby legend, I think, and actually one of the reasons why we even have a Kenya women's rugby story to tell, just by virtue of how much she has pioneered in the space. So Mary, welcome.
Thank you, Nekesa.
Let's begin from, I've read quite a bit and watched a few of your other interviews. And one of the things that you talk about quite a bit is beginning and how you began to play the game. And you say that it began with seeing a flyer and saying, why not? But I've seen, and I'm sure you've seen flyers as well. I've seen a flyer for chess, but I didn't say, why not? I've seen a flyer for a massage. I didn't say, why not? So I'm curious what it was about that flyer or what it is that caused you to show up and begin playing rugby.
I think it was intriguing for me because at the time there was football, there was volleyball, there was netball, there was basketball, but there was no rugby for women. So I think my curiosity led me to go and see what is it like for women to play rugby.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And what was it like? Because you were one of the pioneers, at least for competitive women's rugby. So it was the first time that women were showing up to train, to get called to play on the weekend, to maybe get some kind of allowance or bus fare to get to and from the pitch. So what was that experience like?
It was horrendous. In one word, it was horrendous. But it was also enjoyable, if I can recall our first experiences at Mwamba Rugby Club. And we didn't have allowance to speak over the time when we started out. We didn't even have a team to play against.
Mm-hmm.
I think our first major game was against Uganda. Must have been 0-4, 0-5. And we were hit. I remember the score today.
What was the score?
58-0.
Wow.
And we were said by the ref because we were asking the time, not because we wanted to
To
do
try
a
and
comeback.
recover.
No, it was painful.
Yeah.
And we realized when we did come back home to Kenya, we had our debrief with, of course, our coaches at the time, Coach Kime and Coach Preach. We thank you very much for being part of the story. And at the time, we're told to do stuff, burpees, we do runs, we do endurance runs, aerobic runs. And we thought this punishment, because we thought it was easy, because we used to play with the boys at the time. They used to play touch with us. We thought, it's easy, man.
Yeah.
So it was an awakening to us to realize what it is like to
play competitive,
to play combative sport.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I should say this. The thing about rugby, I think rugby is a complete sport because It has athletics, which means you need people to run, short sprints. It has the combative bit of it, which means it has to do with boxing. It has a lot of agility, so a bit of gymnastic, being able to, run into space, being agile, being flexible. It has a bit of thinking because you need to strategize and see how to defend and attack. So it has a bit of chess, if you may. So you have to be able to strategize and see how you can conquer your opponent or your opposition.
Yeah.
Yes.
And actually some of those, especially like the strength elements and the combativeness, like you're saying, I think are maybe the main reasons why people are constantly surprised that women play rugby. I mean, every so often I'll be having a conversation with someone, and when we get talking about my work in rugby, the first question is, what do you mean there's a women's rugby team? And I'm like, there's several women's rugby teams. And it always goes to, but how are women able to play a game like rugby? Do you feel it's different, or do you feel it's an extraordinary strength that only a select group of women have that allows you to play rugby?
No, it's not different, because in any case you are playing against fellow women, the equal strength, equal abilities, hopefully, or equal setup. So, but the demands of the game in terms of from an athlete, be it male or female, are the same. You need to have strength, you need to have power, you need to have endurance, to be fit, which is a requirement for all athletes, I think. Yeah,
that's true. So you spoke about playing Uganda. The first time that the team went into Uganda, the first time you played Uganda, I don't know if it was away or home. Talk us through that process of being. It was probably like a Thursday. The team was being named. Was it the first time that some of you were traveling out of the country? What did it feel like to be on the pitch? And I'm assuming the national anthem was played. What did that entire process feel like for the first time?
I think for most of us, first of all, we didn't sleep the night to the travel. And yes, you're right. It was, for some of us, it was our first time traveling outside the country, albeit through a bus with a bus. These days, I hear guys fly out.
They fly, yeah. Imagine that.
To Uganda, flying. Come on, the bus.
Softies.
So, so some of us, we started packing, like, I think some of us started packing like a week before, prior to the tour.
Yeah.
And the good thing, because we didn't have so many women playing rugby, there's not much competition. So by and large, you just know I'm inside the team. So at least you didn't have to, sweat it out if I'm going to make the team or not. So you knew out of, because the team was 22 at the time. So weren't many really. We were about 25. Some of them came from hockey, slider. Some of them came from basketball. Some of them came from high school. So we were a tidy mix. So and the at the time, the good thing which we had was Thursday, or rather when you're preparing, like 2 weeks before we traveled, after that whole whatever for when we lost, we used to have something called Msema Kweli Thursday.
Yeah.
Msema Kweli.
What is that?
Msema Kweli means we used to go and play against Upper Hill boys.
Oh, really?
Because of course they're younger, we are older, so maybe we are strengths were almost equal.
Yeah.
So the Msema Kweli it's a live match. So if you're outside before the team is named, because it's Msema Kweli, so you play maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So there's no hiding, there's no lying. If you can see for yourself. So at the end of it, before the team is named, you can fairly know, you can judge for yourself. So, yeah.
I've heard you say previously, refer to yourself as an average player.
Yeah.
But tell us about your style of play, because I've heard about I've watched your style of play, obviously. But I've also heard from people that played against you, whether in training or, on the competitive stage. And they don't perceive you as having been an average player. You had a nickname that I don't know if you want to go into. But that nickname, the connotation was just like anyone that came across you was dying, basically. So how would you describe your style of play?
Um, First of all, we started playing rugby. Okay, myself and some of us who started at the time. A bit later in life, like ideally, people talking about age grade rugby, like start them early, probably before their teens, pre-teens. But started rugby like 18, 19. Basically, you're almost done with your teen years. So you find that um, your body has to learn a lot of things, how you move, how you run. And so at the time, we just used to play, like you just play. And also, because we were learning the game ourselves at the time, we didn't really know about rules. Like you can't dump someone, you cannot do high tackle. For us, just like stop the guy. but whatever
That's
means
the
possible,
mission.
stop the guy. And I was telling so I was telling you that like when you're going to Uganda, so we didn't sleep. So we had packed like a week prior. So I think we were being picked, was it at Railways or Kenya Rugby? I can't remember anyway. And really enjoyed the the drive or the tour. It was a long tour. I think it's 14 hours drive.
It's long, yeah.
We stopped. I think we had some stoppages at Kisumu and I think at the border. But for us, it was a big fun. It was, and I think for any athlete who travels for the first time, the excitement is overwhelming, and it's an experience that will always be with them.
Yeah.
Whatever the outcome of the competition they're going for, and also you get to make friends. You get to make friends from the opposition, and some survive. I'm friends with Helen Butemi till today, because it was our first game against them, and we've made friends through all these years, and we compare notes. When Leonis are playing Uganda, we're always on WhatsApp chatting, and and one thing I can say about process, though we lost to them those earlier formative years, if you look at the Leoneses now, I don't think, and actually it's been demonstrated that Uganda can't catch up with us. Maybe in future, I don't know. And let me deviate a bit. For Simbas, I think as a country we've tried, but we're not getting it. We're not getting something right. I don't want to go into it.
I mean, you started it, Mary.
Yeah, I'm just saying we're not getting it right. I was just giving a comparison, because if when we started, we used to lose to Uganda, but we got to try it at some point.
Yes.
All right. Despite, if you look at even in terms of the sponsorship level, or rather the support that the male team will get vis-a-vis the women's team get, I think we've done pretty well in comparison. And that's to demonstrate that if we could, and we could be sponsors, people of goodwill, if we could pump more money into the women, I think the women could get to the World Cup before the men. I believe so.
I believe so as well. I've actually said this on the podcast previously. I think there's a trajectory, and if we just keep doing what we're doing, or even do it better, I think we are definitely very close to World Cup competition.
Yeah, and I think the crop of players we have now, I think if they are nurtured and taken through the process well, the next World Cup is in 2029. I think we have a window.
There's a window.
There's a window
there.
It
could close, but right now it's open.
The window is there.
The window is there.
Even Simba had a window, I think, which year was that? When we beat Zim. When now Simba was the real Simba. Today, maybe they're just a shadow of their former self. Sorry to say that. Yeah, because even if when you watch the game against Algeria, in as much as they were out of the World Cup, you should still play with pride, even if it's just a ranking game.
Yeah.
You should now say, imeenda,
Mm-hmm.
which means not cool.
What do you think it is? Is it a mindset issue that it begins to look as though sometimes we get defeated on the pitch? And I'm also thinking about some of the other women that I've spoken to. Just recently, I was speaking to Sheila Chajira, and she was talking about when going onto the pitch that they know that they're doing it for each other. There's a bigger goal. It's not selfish. There's a bigger mission at stake, and that's what keeps them going. And I've also heard about this sisterhood that exists in the women's teams, and for sure I've heard about it at the Impala team. I've heard about it with the national women's team. Do you think that's some of what is helping us, and maybe it's things that other teams could borrow from us?
Yes, that's one of the things. When we believe in the purpose,
Mhm.
we are normally self-driven to actually achieve it.
Mhm.
So we're going to do whatever it takes to get there.
The rugby space currently is male dominated. It feels as though the structures, the way that it works, the opportunities available are skewed towards our male counterparts. I know it's just in the last 7 to 10 years that some of our club constitutions have begun being changed to allow for women to be members. I know that for some of our clubs, it's only very recently that they began to add the sanitary bins, and have spaces for women to change. For the longest time, there was no one watching the women's game, So I feel you probably agree with me that it's male dominated and very much skewed towards our male counterparts. So how do you, and especially now as a coach, how are you surviving in that space? And how are you holding true to your principles and your way of working? And how do you enter these spaces that were never really created for you?
They say when opportunity meets preparation, magic happens. I'll say this. I mentioned earlier too that women are self-driven. And one of the things as we were getting out of or retiring from active play, we told ourselves that what do you want to do with the time we've played? Because I think I played for more than 10 years, from around 04, 05 to around 2012, 2013. And we said, what can we do about this time that we've been in this space? And we said, how about we give back and help the next generation to maybe do better than us? We hand over the baton. And at the time we were doing, some of us, and some of us are still doing, I think Mary Musieka, I think Irene is still doing age grade. We said, let's take it up. So I had a conversation over a glass of whiskey with some guys out in Impala, and they said, why didn't you come and start a women's team here? I was talking to them, I was just talking women. I think they got tired of me and they told me, why don't you just come and do whatever you're telling us?
Yeah.
So, and at the same time, I think KCB at the time, because Mom already had an established women's side. How do you navigate in male-dominated arena space? I think the first thing is, as a woman, you need to earn your respect.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't respect you, they don't give you time of the day. They'll pretend they won't. Mm-hmm. And you do that by also demonstrate that actually you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You must demonstrate that you know your business. Mm-hmm. So that's the first thing that actually got me on the table with them. And even if you're watching South Africa versus New Zealand and they would ask me, what do you think? I'd actually give a good analytical point. So you have to know your business. The second thing, you see men sometimes get away with so much, but for you, you have to also again try and give it professional. If they give 50%, you have to give 100% for you to get 50%.
Yeah.
And just sometimes life just it is what it is, and you just have to push forward and push the agenda forward. And when I joined Impala, with time, I was able to them be in the committee. So anytime they were planning anything rugby related, I would always tell them, wait, we have to include women in this one. Yeah. And don't say include women. Also make the work easier. Give them the how. How would that mean? Yeah. So you have to think through the whole process. So for them, it's just to say, what about this? You have an answer for that. What if this? What if they get pregnant? It's fine. We must always have a response to their concerns, and that's how we get it done. Yeah,
it's true. That's how we get it done. Speaking for myself, it's tiring. Yeah. It's tiring to constantly, like you're saying, have to deliver 150% for people to say thank you for this 50%. What keeps you coming back? I mean, so you played for the national team when women weren't playing competitive rugby. So you're one of the pioneers doing that and really opening up spaces for the women today who are doing so well, or a lot of that to the work that you and your generation did. And then you move on and you're coaching and you're working on the international stage, you're a coach educator. Why do you keep doing it?
I love it. I love it. And it's also, for me, it's also, it's a self-actualization aspect. Actually feel great that I held somebody's hand and they grew to even be bigger than me, to make it even better than me. I think it gives me pride. And sometimes they say what you give throughout to the universe, sometimes it comes back to you as blessings. So yes, I enjoy what I do. I love what I do. And it's just part of me. It's my DNA to just see, people blossom. I have a small garden in the house. I just like pouring water. Yeah. See it blossom. It's like magic,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does it mean to be a coach educator?
What does it mean? It means you have to grow other women to be coaches. Yes. In one sentence.
But so how do you become a coach educator? Is it similar to being a trainer of trainers?
Yes, it is the exact same thing. Yes.
Okay.
So first of all, of course, you have to. It's good if you have played, because there's some aspect and concept that you actually grasp easily and quickly. Then two, of course, there's some modules you have to do for World Rugby. You must have done level 1, level 2 coach. So you must be certified as a coach, first of all, before even you become an educator. Of course, you must be coaching. And I think coaching is like teaching. Is also a calling. Not everybody can coach. I believe so. Not everybody can coach. And it has to do with gender.
Yeah.
And you must understand that. Then from there, normally for educators and for even trainers, normally your home union must submit your name for that particular training. So you have to be nominated by the union for you to be trained. And now you have to come back and now help build, like for me, help build other coaches, especially women who are aspiring to be coaches. Yes.
You've said not everyone can coach.
No.
And you've done a great job at coaching. If we use the team's performance as a basis,
which is the only basis I should use.
Yes.
That should be the only taste of pudding is in the eating.
It's in the eating.
Nobody can tell that pudding is sweet by looking at it.
Yeah.
You just have to say it. You have to visualize it. You have to, Yes. That's the only test.
give us your ingredients. Give us some of that secret sauce. So under your stewardship, while you were coaching Impala, I think
Yes.
a couple of them then went on to become Olympians. Impala generally has done quite well,
Yes.
in the local league.
Thank you.
How did you make that happen?
Sacrifice. Requires a bit of sacrifice. We started out, as I told you, we were doing, at the time was actually an RDO for Nairobi.
What's RDO?
A Regional Development Officer, who is mandated to basically grow the game in high schools and primary schools. So you train the teachers who then train the kids, because now you can coach everybody. And at the time, I just used to keep it simple, just passing and touch. Simple is easy. So when these girls were coming out of school, the Judies of this world, and I told Impala, now we're sitting in a women's team, some of these girls are coming from Western, where will the house them, what will do? I told them, it's fine. I got a house. I didn't have a house at the time, but I looked one at the time. But I told them, because I didn't thought about that actually myself.
Say less.
Yes.
I know what to do.
Yes. So I got them a small house in Kibera. So packed them there. Went over and above. So the initial stages, tell them, these girls need to be facilitated a bit of fare here, some subsistence here. They would give some, would give more. And so there's sacrifice, and then there's also being true. If you tell a player, and even for now children, if you tell them, if you do this, I'll do this, you've tied yourself. You have to. So whether it is a reward or a punishment. So in a sense, there has to be some discipline and some order, right? So, and you must be able to know how to motivate the players, how to talk to them, when to push, when to pull, when to listen. Sometimes they say, coach, where wacha sai, tutulie. And sometimes you need to read the room, and sometimes you can let them get away with something. And you must allow them also to own the process. And they must buy into your dream. If you tell them, I'm going to do this for you guys, want to win the circuit, for example, you must get that buy-in. They must want what you want. Otherwise, you'll be walking in different directions. So once you get the buy-in of the players, if they feel how you feel it, with that passion and that, want, then you guys have the journeys done. Because they live and support each other in terms of logistics. I think there's a girl who got a baby, and one of the girls went and stayed with her at her place, at her mom's place. That kind of system, that kind of support. So it was integral. And even when we used to win a prize money, or the old guard from Impala, the veterans would give money, would share it amongst everyone, those who played, those who didn't play. And that helps in building that family culture. That one, I got your back kind of culture. Yes.
Yeah, I'm so glad you used the word culture, because it feels like coaches are really critical to creating or embedding a culture within the playing squad, almost to the point that when you see a player, how they behave, how they play, they really are mirroring what they're seeing from the coach and the rest of the technical bench. Would you say that's accurate?
Yes and no. Sometimes I've seen some coaches, for example, it's off the pitch situation. So they are being asked to maybe dress a certain way, and it's made mandatory. I can still ask you to dress that same way without having to make it mandatory. So one is a buy-in, one is an order like military. So in the end, the order crumbles. That is why maybe if you like, we are women, your parents, your mothers, if you have a child, you always telling him, sit here, don't move. With time, when that child now becomes older, maybe taller than you, tukwambia mother leo sikai.
Yes.
And you lose
what
that.
can you do?
You can't do nothing.
Yeah.
But if you always had that buy-in from that child, sit here, he'll always sit. whether he has beards, whether you've become a grandmother.
Mhm.
And I think that's the same way that coaches should have, that the culture should supersede them. Even if I'm not there, they'll still do whatever I've always want them to do.
Yeah.
So that's a true culture, that it lives within and without.
Yeah.
Not the culture that the coach is there, no, I can't have a drink because the coach is sitting on the next table. I can't have a drink. Then when you go to Kibera, you start doing those funny drinks because the coach is not there.
Exactly.
It means I've failed. Yes.
We've heard you speak about women understanding women better, or understanding them more. Do you think that some of the success of women's teams is having a female supportive structure around them? So do you feel there's any benefit to having a female coach or female S&C and so on?
It's a lot of benefit. A lot of benefits. I'll tell you one. If, for example, I'm an athlete, a female athlete, and my coach is male, for example, I can decide to tell my coach, today I have my menses, I can't run, my back is exploding. The male coach has no alternative but to accept what I'm telling them. They have no choice. And I can say to have menses.
In fact, they don't want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, it's cool.
Yeah.
So every day, every hard day that is a training that is hard, they decide to have their menses. What about a day that the whole team is having menses? You can't even verify anything.
You pull out of the World Cup.
Yes. So the first thing, I think, having a female coach is we can have open discussions, right? Your miss cannot be hers, so you can't say, okay, I have a miss, so I can't run today. Same too, but you're different. Yours may be bad, I may accept, but you can't tell me you knew now you can't run.
Yeah.
So we're able to have honest conversation about our bodies, what we're going through. If you're coming back from motherhood, how do we do your prehab? How do you get back to play? So I think we are better at having honest conversations with ourselves, meaning we are better at making better players and better athletes because you can have honest conversation and you can actually address those issues that women can be going through because you're also a woman. Yeah. Men will either draw away and run away, or they'll be harsh and say, you always have in men says you can't run. What is that? Get out of my team. Yeah. So mostly, and I'm saying all of you, but most male coaches, they either run, flight, or they push you harder. Yes, but a female coach will have a tidy medium of when to push, when to balance, when to let go, you see, kind of thing. Yeah.
Going back to the past just a little bit, when you guys began playing, your coaches, Sami Kemei, Preet Nyandat, what was that dynamic? Because there's so many things going on. I mean, it's male coaches. I guess they were learning to coach a women's team as well. You guys were, number one, learning the game, and number two, being coached by men who I think were giving you no space for nonsense. What was that experience like?
I think for us, the first thing that we were going to go to Uganda kept us there, despite the painful Matumbato runs. Where they train.
That was the hill.
Yes, the hill you run to Arboretum and then you run back. So first of all, for us, we wanted just to go for the tour. We just focused on the tour. We weren't really, I'm not sure if we were. So, but anyway, what I'm saying, some of us dropped out. And some of the things that I also borrowed from former coaches is the strictness. Sometimes you have to take a sieve and just sieve. So there's that persistency. So whether it rains, he used to tell us, Wednesday is a running day. Yeah. Wednesday is just a running day. There's no stories, I'm raining my hair, I don't know what, my nails. Wednesday is a running day. And he used to run with us, by the way.
Okay? Oh, yes, I remember that, yeah.
So there's no, unless now you miss Wednesday, but if you miss 3 Wednesdays, you're out of the team automatically. So you can't chenga 3 Wednesdays consecutively. Chenga one, maybe you come, so you can't chenga. Another time your body used to just get used to it, to the rhythm, and even start enjoying and embracing it, even looking forward to it. Because it really helped us with the aerobic endurance. We're able to stay in the game longer. At some point, I think other guys who came in to help out, because remember these former coaches were just volunteering.
Yeah.
So when it comes to sevens, I think the late what was his name? The Impala guy.
It's true.
No, it's to forget. Oh, I'll tell the story, but he coached Kenya and they won Singapore with him.
Benja?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this was 2028. He came in and I think also sometimes it's good, like if you look at some of the professional clubs, they have like a big tech bench.
Mm-hmm.
And I think from when Benja came on board, he brought something different to the coaching sphere.
Mm-hmm.
And what he brought in was actually that mental bit of talking to the players, getting their mind, affirming them for them to give their all. So apart from the physical change, there's also the mental and the emotional bit that as a coach you need to be aware of. And of course, the honest truth is one person cannot have all these skill set. You will have your strong point. You can have some, but you cannot be good in all. And I think it is important that we always, if it's possible, we have a good split in the tech bench. People who are strong in different capacities. So they'll make the players be stronger, be better, to give it a good balance.
Yeah. You were saying something about Stu.
Yes, actually, at the time we started playing, actually Stu is one of the guys who identified me from day one.
Oh, really?
And he told me, I want to come work for the union at the time. I wasn't ready at the time. I thought it's a lot of work. I have to wear skirts or something. I have to do makeup. So I politely declined. So later on is when really pushed me to become an RDO, and later even at Impala, before I think went to Nakuru, we had the program for Educator at Impala. And I remember is what he told me you're going to be a great coach. Again, over whiskey, and I left it off. I told nice try. Yeah, and looking back, he really saw things that I myself didn't see. Because I think personally was very driven. Actually, in the age grade sphere, he was very well driven. And one of the things I liked about him as a manager, when he used to manage us as learning coaches, so to do a schedule for us to go to schools. So one day he calls me, he's like, "Where are you?" I'm telling you, see, I'm at Olympic. Oh, you're already coaching? Yeah, actually, I need to, I'll talk to you after the session. I was at home. He was on the ground.
Mary.
And he didn't say anything. He said, okay, you call me after your session.
Okay.
So me, I'm easy.
Yeah.
So we normally used to have our staff meetings, I think, on Mondays.
Yeah.
So on Mondays, like, guys, please let that happen again. I'm like, what happened?
Yeah.
What, did you say you were at Olympic? Now that people look at me like, no, you weren't. Because you even asked you were there. So you can't say I came early how when the session starts at 3:30 when the class is over.
You were caught.
I was caught with yeah. And he taught me a valuable lesson that he didn't shout at me. He didn't quarrel me. He just went and did my job.
Yeah.
He just showed up and did what I was supposed to do. And that sent a very strong message that sometimes how you communicate is very important. Sometimes you don't need to, like someone call somebody, just do their job, show them by the way you're not that important anymore. If you're not able to deliver, it's fine. And it stuck with me. If I'm not there, just say you're not there. Don't try and be smart, because even as players, and the same thing applies to players. When you're doing training, you want to save yourself. You don't give your all. You don't run your hardest. You don't pull your weight. You'll train the game. You'll be the first guy to crack. It'll be exposed. The same way, it follows that. Yeah. It follows that. If you want to help at the preparation, then when the real deal comes, you're going to crumble.
For sure.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it follows that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for these stories. We definitely miss Benjamin Aimba and Eric Situma.
May they rest in peace.
May they continue to rest in peace.
And shine over us.
For sure. Yeah. You recently were in Poland. What was it called? It's the Gallagher Performance Academy. Is that what it's called?
Yes, it's called Gallagher High Performance
Training.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. How did you get there and what was that about?
So the program through World Rugby, and the sponsor is Gallagher, is aimed at bringing to the fore coaches, female coaches who are budding, who are showing like they can coach. So the program is supposed to help the Division 2 countries. So every union was asked to nominate a coach, a female coach. And we went through a rigorous, I think, 5 days of training. And we learned quite a lot with regards to stakeholder management, game management, how to manage athletes, be it professional or be it club, be it, a community.
Yeah.
How to carry yourself, how to present yourself, how to prepare your plans. It was quite a lot. And ideally, the plan is for you to take all that knowledge and come and apply it. And hopefully, the prayer is to see more female coaching coming to the fore within the respective unions. Yes.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I mean, you've said it so calmly. You'd imagine it's just another program, but that, I mean, like you're saying, that was high stakes, and it was very prestigious because you are, yes, I mean, you are nominated by your host union. So Kenya Rugby nominated you, of all the people they could have nominated, to represent the country. So yeah, congratulations.
Asante, thank you.
Yeah. A couple more questions. We now have a woman, Harriet,
Yes,
leading us
yes,
as the chairperson of Kenya Rugby Union.
yes.
How does that make you feel?
I'm very proud of her. Having a woman as the chairperson. But as I said, she'd probably be judged more harshly than if it was a male chairperson. And people will be more critical of her just because she's female. So I think she has a lot to do. And I think one of the things, maybe I think, is to build her own brand, if you like. She should try and build her own name as the chairperson of Kenya Rugby Union and set her own story or legacy within this time that possibly she'll be on the chair. So I think that is very important for her to do. Otherwise, of course, we are proud. She's made history. She's made history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she definitely has. You're right. She will be judged harshly. Is being judged harshly. I know we are looking at her body language, every single word that comes out of her mouth, every media appearance. I think what we can give her to her benefit is that she's bringing in the numbers. Everyone's watching. Everyone's excited. Everyone's looking to judge. Everyone's looking for, what is she going to say about the status of the Kenya Rugby Union? Everyone, well, people are looking at how she's dressed. People are looking at her hair. She is living, I think, what we all as women, what we live every day when we're in the limelight, when we're judged not just by our work, but 360, what we represent as being women in that position. And some of the questions definitely are valid. There's key questions that she needs to answer, continue to answer around the Kenya Rugby Union and the work that it's doing. But I think, like you're saying, there's also some harshness and criticism that is coming her way. And we definitely wish her all the best and hope that eventually all the right decisions are made for the good of the game. So you've done so much. You've played. You've been a coach. You're right now actually coaching Mwamba, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, I'm preparing Mwamba for 7 circuits.
Yes. You've represented the country at at the High Performance Academy. What else is left for you to do? What are you still aspiring
Maybe
to?
I should go for Harriet's seat. No, I'm joking. I can't.
Why not?
No,
She's
no,
opened
no.
the door. We should walk in.
No. You know, as I told you, you sometimes you need to reflect and retrospectively look at yourself and know what you're good at.
Mhm.
I know for sure I'm not good at politics. I'm not good at boardroom fights. I'm not good at. I'm good at working, getting my hands dirty, if you like. So that's what I'm good at.
Yeah.
And no, I can't. I wish I was the best. And definitely we'll support as women. But we must support her. We must make her look good.
Mhm.
We cannot be in public and say something that will bring her down.
Yeah.
That's not what it's about.
That's what we have to do.
If you have an issue, we just try and reach out. I think she's reachable, no?
She's very reachable.
Yeah, we call her, behind the curtains, behind the tent, and we say,
Yeah.
Mama, I think maybe we can do this better.
We fix her crown.
Yes, but not to come in public and say this and that and the other. No, that's not how we do.
Mhm.
That's not how we roll.
Yeah.
Yes, because even men would be happy if they see us trolling down each other.
Mhm.
We can't do that. Yeah.
True. I'm glad you voiced that out. If there's a little girl somewhere, or if there's players saying that when I want to grow up, I want to be like Mary, what would you tell them?
I'll tell them not to be me, then to be them.
Yeah.
You see, when you are growing up, yes, you can look up to someone, but the truth of the matter is you can never be them because their story is different.
Mhm.
First of all, they can never be pioneers of the game in this country.
That's done.
That's finished, kaput,
Yeah.
done. But maybe they could take maybe some good things that I'm doing that they can emulate because, of course, as a person, I have my failings, isn't it? So if you want to be me, it means you have to dress the way I dress, you have to eat the way I eat. You want to
play the way you played.
Yeah. So they have to be them, and they have to identify themselves of where their inclination is, where they're leaning towards.
Mhm.
And maybe I can help them be their better them.
Yeah.
Not to be me, but for them to be their better them, to be their best, their best them. Like you be the best Nekesa or the best Were.
Mhm.
That's what we can help them do.
Yeah. That's so true. And at least for me, when people say I want to be like you, what I would say is you're seeing me at my best. You're seeing what I allow you to see. You don't know what happens when the curtains are closed, and
Maybe
I'm
we should open the curtains.
and I'm sweating it out and I'm unsure about myself and I'm, have all these insecurities and I'm falling short. Many times we don't let people see that. And so you don't want them to be like you. You want them to be the best version of themselves, and you're available to help them along, along that path.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, last question. As you know, African Women's Rugby Stories is about amplifying our stories as women, working within the rugby space or playing. And it's also about talking about the people that got us here, our champions, our allies. And so I'm on a quest to find these people, the players, the administrators, the champions, the allies, and put them in that seat and share their story. Who else do you think should be on this podcast?
Actually, I have a couple of names. Why don't you start with the chairperson of the Kenyan Rugby Union?
Good idea.
Then you
Good challenge.
Yes. Then you can go to Grace Okolo. I think her story is something that should be told from where she came from, her background, to where she is until being, athlete representative at the NOC.
Yeah. And congratulations to her. Yeah.
Yes, congratulations to Grace. And also being able to, she works for, I think, the police force or something. So I think there's a story there which can inspire some young girls that there's opportunity and this life despite your upbringing, despite your background, despite everything.
Yeah.
As long as you decide to pursue your career in rugby, maybe something will come out. And I don't know, maybe Paula Lanko, because I think she's in World Rugby.
Yeah.
Maybe she could be a good addition to your stories as well.
Nice.
I think.
Nice. I like it. Challenge accepted. I'll see what I can do. I love all those ideas. Those are wonderful. Well, you can.
I can try.
I'm going to give you this seat and you can interview some of these women as well.
All right. I'm on spot.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I'm going to send you my invoice.
Your invoice.
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
Okay.
Let's go.
So.
Mary, thank you so much for taking time to be here. Definitely owe you at the very least a couple of tots. If you speak nicely, maybe a bottle of whiskey so we can debrief on this session. But this has been great. Happy to have you. So glad to have you as a friend. Happy to be able to share you with a wider audience and for people to learn your story and the incredible work that you're doing.
Asante.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the opportunity as well.
Thank you.
You're doing a great job.
Asante sana.
All right.